Topic 3 addresses the Individualized Family Service Plan, or IFSP. In this topic, we will provide you with a 3-step process for developing participation-based IFSP outcome statements. We will share a case study with you and provide you with some sample outcome statements. Then, we're going to give you the opportunity to practice writing some outcomes yourself. This topic will be concluded by a brief discussion of how to write the service delivery summary.
This topic contains information and strategies to assist early intervention practitioners in understanding how to write family-centered, individualized family service plan outcome statements, which are participation-based and family-focused or child-focused, and relate to child learning within the context of everyday opportunities or parenting support. For more information, follow the link below.
In order to develop participation-based IFSP outcome statements, early intervention practitioners can follow a simple 3-step process. Step 1. Gather information by identifying family and care provider priorities as they relate to child participation in everyday activity settings. In Topic 2 of this module, we shared 3 options for gathering this information. Step 2. Observe families and their children engaged in real-life, everyday activities across settings and with important people in their lives. You observed a video of functional assessment in Topic 2. In Step 3, document family-focused and/or child-focused participation-based outcome statements on the IFSP. Further information about this step will be provided within this topic. The early intervention literature describes 2 types of outcome statements: family-focused and child-focused.
Family-focused outcome statements correspond to the family's desire to acquire new knowledge or skills specifically related to their child's learning. When writing family-focused outcome statements, the parent or caregiver of the child is identified as the actor or learner. The focus of the outcome can center on the parent's or care provider's ability to promote the child's participation in activity settings, such as Grandpa Gary will understand what JoJo says so he can take care of him while JoJo's mom Michelle goes out on a date, or targets learning regarding specified parenting topics, such as Mr. Tanaka will feel comfortable changing Hiroshi's diapers. Child-focused outcome statements are family and care provider priorities related to enhancing a child's participation within an existing or desired activity setting or routine of the family in order to promote child learning, growth, and development. For example, Taylor will help feed the horses by holding the feed bucket, or Jorge will help with cleanup after dinner by bringing his dirty dishes to the sink. IFSP outcome statements are discipline-free. For example, an IFSP document should not contain separate occupational therapy goals, physical therapy goals, speech-language therapy goals, or education-based goals. The outcome statements are identified by family priority and based upon child participation.
IFSP outcome statements should be jargon-free and written in words that all team members can understand and as close to how the parent or care provider actually stated the outcome as possible.
Practitioners often express a concern regarding measurability of participation-based outcomes. When writing the outcome statements, the parents determine whether or not the outcome has been achieved. It is important to discuss the outcome in such a way that everyone involved feels comfortable with how progress will be measured.
Consider using a special occasion or life event such as a birthday or holiday or real-life point in time such as when Grandma visits this summer or by the time school starts this fall as the timeline on an IFSP outcome statement. This strategy can assist parents and other care providers in thinking in real time about the possibility of achieving outcomes within the context of the big picture of their family life.
Avoid the following passive words when writing outcome statements: tolerate, receive, increase or decrease, improve, or maintain. Child-focused outcome statements should reflect enhanced participation and words that describe action, engagement, enjoyment, and involvement.
The next 2 slides include a scenario about the Donovan family that we will use as background information to introduce you to good examples of participation-based IFSP outcomes. As you read or listen to the scenario, think about the family's priorities and possible IFSP outcomes. You can then match your outcomes to those provided.
Let's meet the Donovan family. Mike, Pat, and their 2-year-old son Joey have recently moved to a farm just outside a rural community to be closer to their extended family members. Joey's mom and dad enjoy growing all of their own food. Joey loves to play in and with water, so much that the family has been required to lock the toilet lids and decrease the temperature of the hot water tank in their home because of Joey's interest in turning off and on the faucets. The family also shared that Joey likes to be outside. Joey is not fond of napping and does not sleep through the night. Joey's parents also worry that his lack of sleep contributes to some of his agitation. Mike and Pat want to learn more about Joey's diagnosis of autism and how to help their family understand Joey better.
The Donovans have a large extended family. Joey has 10 cousins close to his age who live within 30 minutes from his new home. The Donovans attend church every Sunday with their extended family members and then share Sunday dinner together. They are anxious that Joey will not sit down at the dinner table for family meals, which they find particularly troublesome when the entire extended family shares meals together on the weekend.
Based on the initial interview, administration of the asset-based context matrix, and a functional assessment of their mealtime routine, the following outcomes were developed with Mike and Pat at the IFSP meeting. As you can see, these outcomes include a mixture of child-focused and family-focused statements based on participation, interest, and functionality for the Donovans. Each outcome statement also contains a context in which the family can measure progress.
Now we have 3 additional scenarios. Read the scenario and then convert the skill-based outcome statement at the bottom of the slide to a participation-based outcome. Remember, the new outcome can be either child-focused or family-focused and should be based on context, interest, and/or a parenting support. Once you have written your new outcome, advance to the next slide and compare your outcome to the example provided.
One of the great aspects about writing functional outcomes is that many possibilities exist. That is, there are more right ways to write these types of outcomes than wrong. In this example, the child-focused outcome is based on Amber's love for Hank and Hank's love for trains. The focus is on the activity setting of playing with trains, and by doing this multiple times each day, Amber will have many opportunities to learn how to sit while playing with her brother. The family is looking forward to a visit from the grandmother in 3 months and felt this was a meaningful time frame for them to measure progress. How did your outcome statement compare to this example? What context did you choose? Is the focus on the activity or a skill? What is your timeline for measuring progress?
This time, try writing a family-focused outcome. Think about ways to support the capacity of Jocko's parents and their desire to support his growth and development, since they say they want to do everything possible to help him develop normally.
How does your family-focused outcome statement compare to this one? Did you include an activity setting such as play and/or daily care activities? Were you even more specific than these activities by including something like diaper changes, getting dressed or undressed, or feeding? With this example, think about all the ways Jocko's parents could measure their competence and confidence related to supporting Jocko.
Let's try one more practice scenario and conversion of the skill-based outcome statement to be functional and participation-based.
Compare your outcome with the one on the screen. This example is family-focused and uses mealtime as the context, since mealtimes provide many opportunities for LaToya to use words and build her vocabulary. LaToya's parents selected her aunts and uncles' understanding as the measure of progress, since they are the less familiar listeners. Now that you've had the opportunity to review a number of different scenarios and practice writing some IFSP outcomes, let's turn our attention to writing service delivery statements. All state and federal requirements apply. The IFSP is a promise to the family. Therefore, we must ensure that we do what we write on the IFSP. Any more or any less should result in a revision of the IFSP document. The service delivery should include the primary service provider, as well as any secondary providers or team members needed by the primary provider and family to accomplish the IFSP outcomes. To promote maximum flexibility in scheduling, recommended practice is the use of block scheduling on the IFSP. An example of the statement for the primary service provider might read, physical therapy services for 20 one-hour visits will occur in the home between January 3rd and April 3rd. The same IFSP might include statements for consultative visits, such as speech-language pathology services for 3 one-hour visits occurring in the home between January 3rd and April 3rd. If needed, additional consultative visits would be listed. This type of scheduling supports the concept of front-loading to enable the primary service provider and other team members, if needed, to visit more frequently initially and then decrease as priorities are achieved. You have now completed Topic 3. When you are ready, you may proceed to Topic 4 related to the use of a primary service provider approach to teaming.